All right, Shalom. First off and foremost, I want to give all my honors, praise, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well, starting with the Apostle Harden on down. The true men of the Lord who taught this truth for over 3 decades and they are still pushing, still enduring to this day. All right, Shalom to Sins of Akim, that's pushing the truth through the spirit, through the power, and through the name of Yahweh Bashmal Shai. All right, through all sincerity and all diligence. All right, including your confusion of faces. All right, and real quick, I want to get in the topic of really, man, of how the world was made for our sakes. All right, and not just the world, is by itself, but the things that are in the world. All right, the animals, the nature, and even the people. All right, because in the book of Leviticus, which means the book of the law, and the law was only bestowed upon Jacob, and Jacob was talking about Israel. All right, the 12 tribes, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and American Indians. All right, we were given the law, and our law says that we will have heathens. All right, we would have slaves. I mean, Slaki, we would have heathens as slaves. All right, bondmen and bondmaids. All right, and the kingdom, when the laws are back in order and back in full effect. All right, we're gonna have slaves, man. All right, because us right now we're at the bottom of the barrel. All right, because we disobeyed the laws of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's why we're bearing this indignation. All right, that's why we're at the bottom of society. But soon, once the kingdom is in full effect, through the power, through the spirit, the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, it's gonna put us back in that power seat, and once that happens, man, we're gonna have everybody under subjection. All right, starting with the nation of Edom. All right, the so-called white man and woman, the Edomites. All right, and the children, and the children. All right. This is the book of Second Esdras. Salagia. This is the book of Second Esdras 6 and verse. I get to the point. Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. All right. And that are talking about the Israelites, man. All right, and you Israelites consist of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, all right, and Native American Indians, all right, so-called, man, because those are not your names, man. They're your biblical names. Those are just bywords, all right. Your names is Judah, Ephraim, all right, Simeon, all right, Benjamin, all right, Gad, Reuben, all right. Those are your true nationalities, man, all right. Cause the names that Esau give you is like a goddamn stamp on the envelope, all right? But going back to the point, all right, the world was made for our sakes, man, the Israelites, man, us Jakes, man, all right? And not just the world by itself, like I was saying, the things that are in the world, man, all right? The people, all right? When I say people, I'm talking about, I'm referring to the heathens, all right? Because the heathens are gonna be possession in the kingdom, all right? This is the book of Leviticus 25, and I'll start at verse 44. Leviticus 25 and 44, and it says, both thy bondmen, which means slave men, and thy bondmaids, which means slave women, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. All right. 45. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begot in your land, and they shall be your possession. Right? So the heathen are going to be our bondmaids and bondmen, our slaves, man, our slave men and slave women. They're going to be a possession. And what's possession, man? Something that belongs to you. All right, something that belongs to someone. That's a possession, man. All right, just like how Israel, just like how the 12 tribes belong to Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, we're gonna have slaves, and they're gonna belong to us, man. They're gonna be our possession in the kingdom, man, forever, for all eternity, man. All right. Verse 46, and it says, and ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you. All right, so we're gonna pass in the kingdom, man. We're gonna pass down our slaves onto our children. All right, they're gonna inherit our slaves, man, and so on and so forth down the generations of the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, and it says to inherit them for a possession, they shall be your bondmen forever. All right. So in the kingdom, they're gonna be our bondmen for all eternity, man. All right. No ifs, ands, or buts, because that's in the Holy Scriptures, man. All right. And it says, but over your brother, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule one over another with rigor. All right. And that's talking about, ruling over your, being wicked towards your fellow Israelite. All right. Being a holding strife or whatever, ruling over a brethren. But yeah, man, like it says, the book of Leviticus, the 25th chapter, man, we're gonna have heathens. All right, we're gonna have we're gonna have slaves, and the slaves that we're gonna have will be of the heathen. All right, starting with the so-called white man on down to which is Edom, on down to Ham, which is African. The Africans on down to Ishmael, which is the so-called Arabs. All right, the Moabs, which is the so-called Chinese people. All right, Ammon, the so-called Japanese people. All right, so on and so forth, man. Because why, man? Because really, man, once you come to this truth, man, you realize that the scriptures are only for Israel. All right, the scriptures only pertain to us Israelites, man. Us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans. All right, because if you look at it, man, why would a power have it to what's wrong I'm looking for? Why would he set it up for us to have slaves and then grab every nation in? That makes no sense, man. All right, if that's the case, man, that means that the Lord's not dealing with these nations. All right, because the Lord only dealt with one nation, all right, one lineage. All right. And he's gonna keep dealing with us for the rest of eternity. Once the new covenant is established in the kingdom of heaven, and then the laws is in our inward parts, man. All right. And this is why they're gonna be slaves in the kingdom, man. All right. This is Isaiah 40 and verse 15, and it says, "Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as a small dust of the balance." All right. So these nations in the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shai are counted as a fucking speck. All right. If you've seen what's that movie called Horton Hears a Who, like he was holding a flower on his trunk, and it like on that flower was a speck of dust, man. That's how Yahweh Shema Shai see these nations, a speck of dust, man, a drop of water out of big ass water